everyone, and welcome to Emancipation of Dragons. I am your host and DM, Mark, and where we had left off last week, we were in a bit of a crisis as one of the party members was bit by a giant diseased rat and did some mental math in his head and figured out he had less than a couple days to live unless he got it fixed. And so everyone bolted out of the dungeon, and that is exactly where we left off. And where we will pick up tonight with all of our players. So welcome first to Lou. Hi, Lou.
Hello.
And welcome to Lexi.
Hello.
And Sean.
Hey.
And Daniel.
Howdy, howdy.
And last but not least, JR.
Hello.
Now, as everyone was exiting the dungeon last week, the plan, if I remember correctly, is we had just Matt's character Quark had just flown Mitholas up the side of the ravine and barely made it, but did manage to get out. And I believe Leonardo was sending his familiar ahead to town first, and then everyone else was going to, with Mitholas, go as quickly as they could down the road. And in doing so, it was the Raven shoots ahead, and it's gone. It's on its way. But directly after Quark gets you out of the ravine and up the side, Mitholas, he is consumed by the blue spark. And in his place is Itali, 5 feet off the ground.
Totally roll a dex check.
Oh, he's fine. He'll make it.
It's sarcasm.
But it is a little disconcerting. And
He'll make it.
as soon as that occurs, Caleb is also sucked into the blue spark, and in his stead, Autumn appears on the ground near where you came down, Mitholas. And Zakusu, I believe you and Leo are going to have to climb the rope, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. So let's get a couple athletics rolls.
I will have Leo attempt to climb first,
Okay.
so I can try to catch him, maybe.
Smart plan.
And then afterwards, I'm going to wrap myself around the rope,
Mm-hmm.
like I did on my way down,
Yep.
to try to help myself on the way up.
Okay. I don't think level 2 gave you any extra athletic feats.
No, I was, I don't have Featherfall prepared yet.
As a wizard, are you sure?
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. All right, here we go. 7.
7. It is not fast, but it is also not a failure. So you manage to very slowly, you remember why you don't do these types of things, but you eventually get yourself up the rope, especially with, you can hear Zakusu sigh from time to time behind you. But Zakusu actually make me a roll with advantage.
Oh, good. So, an 8 and a 5.
Well, he's at first you think he's sighing behind you, but then you look back and you see he's having
grunting.
just as much trouble as you are. He thought coiling the rope around his coil would help, but in actuality, it's just cutting off the blood flow to his.
It's just wrapping around me
Yeah.
now. I'm bringing the rope up with me.
So it takes you probably a good 20, 25 minutes. Lots of rests, stops, but you do manage to climb up out of the ravine. Yeah, it was a lot easier when you had Bird Person. But you make it out, and everyone is waiting there at the top, and you set out down the road back to Oakhurst. Mitholas, since you are the one doing this trip, or the reason is you, go ahead and roll me a D6, please. So that's a 4. No problem. Okay. So eventually about half a day's walk, and you are really not feeling good, Mitholas, at this point.
Nope. Find a stick to help me walk.
There is a
Maybe.
sight up ahead. There is a raven escorting what looks to be Corky from the village. Dem, as she'd like to be called, the healer.
Oh, thank goodness.
And she finally is within earshot, and she said, I'm not supposed to leave the village, but the raven said, it's an emergency. It's an emergency.
And dramatically fall to the ground.
So she actually bends down and she concentrates for a moment, and you see a glow around Mitholas's body, and then she frowns.
Oh, great.
She says, that should have worked, but I don't think it did. And she actually concentrates again for a moment, and a warm, soothing light envelops your body, Mitholas. And then she frowns again.
No. It's a second level spell.
She says, well, I wasn't expecting this. It told me there was disease involved, but this seems to be magical. I only have one diamond large enough for that, and it is back at the temple. So we will have to get him back to the temple. So
I pull the diamonds out of my pocket that I use for chromatic orb, and I say, would you be able to utilize this?
that is a great question. Stand by one. What's the total worth of your
I
diamonds?
think is 50 gold, if I'm not mistaken.
Each
Sorry.
one?
Yeah, no, so it's not used on cast.
Yeah.
Oh, is hers going to consume?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Pay you for it.
The question is, does he
But
have
you
enough?
can't use it. Yeah.
Yeah, let me check real quick. Chromatic. 50 gold is the diamond.
That is not enough, unfortunately. That's about half of what she needs. So she says there's no accounting for it. We'll have to get him back to town. And
Away we go.
away you go. You start to travel as quickly as you can. Autumn, make me a die 6 roll, please.
Die 6?
Mm-hmm.
1.
1. Okay, great. Thank you. And eventually, you do come back to the town of Oakhurst, just as you had left it. And once you get Mitholas back, Mitholas, roll me, what was it? What was the specifics of your disease?
I lose a D6 max hit points per 24 hours.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6.
It's not the time to do good. Yes.
A 1, good job. Yeah, you still don't feel very well though, but she does take you back to the temple, and once you're in the temple, she actually bathes you. She prepares you, and she then prays for a little while, and she pulls out a diamond that's probably worth about 100 gold, if you were to guess, and she channels energy through it, and it disappears in a flash of white light, and she lays her hands on you, Mitholas, and you feel something ripped away from your body that was not supposed to be there in the first place.
Oh, thank your God.
And she said, "Oh, you'll be thanking me, and by God, by making a hefty donation to the temple, please."
All right, guys, I'm going to need some money. I've only got 83 gold.
do you
Wow,
need?
you have a lot of gold.
I'm gonna awkwardly stand around and just kick rocks for a moment.
The party loot has 21 gold in it.
Has 21.
Yeah.
Total or per share? Is that
The party loot has 21 gold and 333 silver.
okay?
I don't divide it up per person because it's party loot.
All right. Well, I'll contribute my 83.
Okay.
I'll raise my hand and say, "Yep, times like these, good time.
Yep.
Come out of the pot here."
So if you do, just do like 80 and I'll do 20. That way you still got a couple.
That works.
And then we'll make sure that you get some fundage back. I also
Well,
have
we got some
gems, but
gems.
yeah, I have gems, but I have to cash them out first
Well,
and have to find a place to buy them.
I should.
So we should donate above the 100 gold a little
Yeah.
bit, I think, guys.
Yeah, the 100 was just for the material components, plus the fact she went half a day's journey towards the temple, which she's not really supposed to do, but
You know, this kind of reminds me of one of the adventures in one of my dad's stories, where an adventurer got this disease called Block 8, and he had to go through so many trials and tribulations to get rid of it.
How much would you suggest? I've never been, well, to be honest, the way I am, they don't allow me into buildings like this. So, what is your suggestion, Leo?
I'd figure that we should be looking at least a 10% compensation, if not more, for services such as these. This is pretty reasonable magic, and we did pull her quite out of her way for this. So at least another 10 gold, I think, might be appropriate.
Yeah, I'll also hand Mitholas one of the 10 gold gems.
And I will, of course, hand it over to the priestess. With my gratitude everlasting, and that a share of what I gain through the next of the adventure shall definitely be coming to the temple.
she says that would be lovely. Thank you. But a word of warning. I don't have another one.
I'll ensure I am not bit by a giant diseased rat again.
Hopefully.
You can, no. You can believe it. I'm not coming close.
Are you able to use 2 diamonds worth perhaps 50 gold each?
I would be able to, yes.
Okay.
Yes. But that, unfortunately, has exhausted my stockpile, and I'll have to
No, just one for
look
the
for more.
mental backlog there.
But yes, absolutely. In fact, most people can make do with diamond powder. I know that you are one practicing in the magic arts, yes?
Yes.
That can probably work for you as well. Have you ever run across iridium?
I don't believe I have it in my travels.
It's another spell component that can be used in place of diamonds or any other material components you need. It's very rare and it's very expensive. But should you find some, you might
Should you find some?
be able to get yourself out of a pinch.
I will keep that in mind. Do you often have need for iridium?
No, we don't get much around these parts, but once in a blue moon, a trader will come with it.
Well,
Thank you for the
that
insight.
was dicey.
I wish you well. Good luck. Does anyone else need any services while you're here?
You know,
if I did, I
just,
couldn't afford them.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
And your father, did he ever clear up that issue with what did you say it was? Block 7?
Block 8. It was one of his stories about adventurers.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, I think this might be it.
Oh. Well. Good luck in your travels.
Thank you.
And
I'm going to ask, before we go, do you know what kind of magic might have been involved in this?
It seemed to be a magic that a form of disease that ate away at the potential of a person. It would continue to lessen their spirit until there was nothing left. That's what I could make of it as I burned it away for the most part.
Oh, thank you again for your aid.
Of course.
How would a rat
Yeah,
get
cock
this
my head to the
power?
side to the most part.
Oh, I meant, for the most part, I was busy burning it away, not paying attention to what it was.
Okay. All right.
All right,
If I can be more
so
helpful in the future.
So you are back on the streets of Oakhurst. You have time to resupply or go back right away. If you went back right away, you would probably be doing so overnight because it is now approaching about 3:30 in the afternoon.
I think we should stop in the general store briefly and maybe give a quick update to the
I was
shopkeep
thinking
about
the
the
same thing.
fact that we found the
Yeah.
corpse of Caracas, at least, and where we think the others are. Maybe we might be able to recruit a hand or two in town now that we've made some real progress.
that
And
sounds like a good idea.
it is at this point that Erky pipes up and says, guys, thank you again for rescuing me and all, but I'm going home. So,
Wait, where's Meepo in all this?
Meepo didn't come with you guys.
Meepo
He's-
stayed back. The dog came with us, and
Erky.
the halfling. Yeah.
Yep. Erky says, this has been enough adventuring for me. I'm going home.
Be safe.
I will. Thank you again. I do owe you a debt of gratitude. Is there anything you may need before I go?
In which direction are you heading?
Would be nice.
He's been trapped,
been imprisoned.
imprisoned by goblins. He has no gold. He
Dang goblins.
he is going up the North Road. He will head back to Waterdeep and then catch a ship home down the coast.
Yeah, Erky, when you head towards Waterdeep, can you see if you're able to run across a man? His name is DeSace. And if you are able to get a hold of him, please let him know of our deeds here in Oakhurst and to expect me sometime in the near future.
Okay. DeSace, you said.
DeSace.
Okay. And he pulls out his sack, and there's not much in there, but he does have a little bit of paper. He writes down the name, and he then asks for a description and writes all of that down, and then says, I will do so.
And then Zitish, or
Yeah.
Zitish, son of a gun, Zek,
Yeah.
is going to look at the party in a questioning look and say, how about we give him a handful of silver to cover some inns on his way back?
That seems
Reasonable.
fair, I guess. Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it.
So Zek will reach in and count out 12 silver
Okay.
and hand him 12 silver.
He sighs, and he runs a hand through his hair, and he looks at you all, and he says, I don't know what to say other than thank you.
Be safe. The roads are dangerous out there.
I will, and I will try and find DeSace.
Thank you, Erky. Be well.
and he heads north out of town. So what are the rest of you doing?
So are we really planning on going back out there tonight?
Not me.
I
need
think
a
we should
rest.
at least wait.
I mean, I understand that these children or young adults are out there in this dangerous situation, but I think that it's probably appropriate for us to rest before trying to run ourselves ragged. They've already been out there a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I believe Leo mentioned going to the merchant store, the general store, and kind of updating.
Yep. Totally agree with that. I just meant after that. Are we planning on? Yeah. So lead the way, Leo.
Sure thing. I'll just walk with like a big bolsterous step in the direction of the...
Well, it's about 250 yards from
Yeah, no.
from there.
Full goose step the entire way.
Yep.
And-
yep.
While we're following the conquering hero, Zach is going to pull Mitholas back a little bit and hand him a small rattling pouch. It's not much, but all of us need something.
Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it.
And it has 16 gold in it.
It's much more than I had before. So thank you so much.
That could have been any of us. And then we'll all try. He'll like slither back to try to catch up with the group.
Well, my step is lighter. There's a whistle in my tone. I'm happy to be alive again.
And Autumn, what are you doing during all this? Is there anything you want to do while you're back in town? Okay. You all reach the general store. Are you going in, Autumn, or are you staying outside?
Staying outside.
Okay, you got to talk into the mic though.
I'm staying outside.
Got it. Okay. Is everyone else going in, or are there others staying outside?
I'm going
I'm-
inside.
I'm happy to rest beside the tree.
Okay. And I assume you're
I'll lead the
you're
way.
first in. Yeah, of course. Great.
As I get to the door, though, I'm going to realize that I'm delivering quite somber news and very suddenly kind of slouch a bit as I walk in.
Okay. At first, when you open the door, there is. You watch her go through pretty much the entire gamut of emotions. At first, she seems happy and hopeful when she sees you, but then she kind of scans past you, doesn't see her kids, and the worst kind of creeps over her face, and she says, "What news do you have?"
We've managed to penetrate the Citadel, and we do have news. Was Caracas's corpse recognizable as like a person? If I were to recreate it in front of her, would I be able to have her identify it and confirm?
Harsh, but yes, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was chewed up quite a bit, but I mean,
If I was going to show her something like that, I would definitely warn her first.
Yeah. So as I walk in, I'm going to go through the brief introduction and say we did find one of what we believe to be the adventurers, and what I'll do is I'll try my best conjuring the image in my head to cast a minor illusion that is just like the face as best as is possible to identify it without it like being chewed and scarred, like roughly just, black patches wherever there's a question that there would be something
Right.
that might be upsetting. I'll show her that and say, is this Caracas, one of the adventurers?
and she confirms that it is, and she says, "Caracas was with my children."
So on that note, we do have some potential news. Caracas was separated, it seems, from Sir Bradford.
Mm-hmm.
and Sherwin and Talgan, and it's quite possible that we just need to go further into the Citadel. We were only able to make it so far, and one of our own was gravely injured, and we had to return to town in order to ensure his survival. It is our intent to go back and to seek your children yet again.
Very good. And your injured party member are they all right?
At this point, I'll look over my shoulder. Did you come in, actually?
No, I'm tired. I'm resting beside
Okay.
Autumn Oakhurst outside.
Yeah. So I'll say that he's outside by the living tree. He'll be all right. We just need to get some good rest, and I don't know if you may have provisions that could help us with our second effort and wind into this. We've also been plagued with, since you last met us, this wisp that seems to follow us and has caused us some grief with intermittency, and so we're a little short-handed, but we're aiming to go back.
And as you mentioned the wisp, it actually goes into the general store. It comes to rest about 5 feet from you, and it spits Caleb out and then sucks him back in.
So I don't know what to do with this thing, and you just kind of get used to it, but this is what we're dealing with. But anyway, we could use some help. If you have anything to offer. If you don't, I understand.
I have some things. Let me see what I might have that could help. Working. Other actions while I look this up.
Who else in the store right now?
It's Zach, Itali, Leo, and that's it.
Okay, so Autumn and Sean are outside, or Autumn and Mitholas are outside?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So Sharwin has two. Stand by one. Okay. She denotes that she can purchase treasure from you if you have any to sell. And she has some items, but it really depends what you're looking for.
Would she be able to buy these gems?
What's the total cost on them?
115?
She will buy them from you, yes.
Okay.
I'd wondered if you'd ever come across any items of a magical nature in all of the travelers that come through town. Have any of them ever left anything with you? Perhaps a water flask that never seems to run out.
Yes, magic items do come through the town occasionally. Usually people selling them to get gold to buy fruit around that time of the season. However, since my family's part of the Merchants Guild, we generally send that type of thing off. This is unfortunately a very
Not
small
the place
town.
to sell it.
Yeah.
I understand.
No one around here can afford the fruit and magic items.
Perhaps if we are reasonably successful, or at least provide closure to this endeavor, would you be so kind as to write us a referral for other members or your family in the Merchants Guild elsewhere?
That is something we can definitely discuss. I'm open to that, especially if you're able to bring my children back in one piece, safe and sound. I would not be opposed to that at all.
Very good. Well, I will make that my focus, and I bid you adieu for the evening.
Did you want to try and buy anything while you're here?
There was nothing specific in like the major equipments list. I'm presuming that it's everything that is in major equipments list.
It's actually a little bit less than that.
Okay.
It's, she's got a handful of knickknacks and items. I think she's got one healing potion, and that would be the extent of
Magical.
Big Bang items. Most stuff is going to be 15 gold or less, and she only has like a few of those as well. So nothing super fantastic is the short answer.
Nothing of notable interest for me. So,
Gotcha.
Zach and who else is in here? And Tali.
Yep.
Yep.
Either of you want to pick anything up before we head on our way?
Not really. I do have some folks at the inn to talk to, but there is something I need to talk to you about as well. But I'll talk to you about it outside. Thank you very much, madam. We'll be heading out first thing in the morning.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bring my babies back.
As we make our way outside, I will remove the ring that I got from
Caracas.
yes, his corpse,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say, did you, is this something magical?
I can
No.
take
Hand
my
it out.
time and review it this evening as we go to rest. If you want to split a room, can do, and I'll concentrate and we'll see if there's anything of interest.
Please do. That would be amazing.
Okay.
And
Why don't we just sleep in the magic hat?
A fair point. Yeah, it's as good as time as any to try it out. Are there squatting laws here?
It's probably a safe bet that you'd want to do it outside of town, because who knows, you could end up with villagers and pitchforks the next morning scared of a magic hat.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's go out just outside of town, maybe by the lake or something, and yeah, just sleep in the magic house. That way we can save up some gold since we already used up quite a bit.
Very good. The hat is currently on your head, is it not, Itali?
It's on mine.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. It's on Leo's, because
Oh, yeah.
when you disappeared, the hat stayed.
Gotcha.
And Leo picked it up and put it on. And so
Gotcha.
you find are you going to do in the trees and clearing?
Yeah, before we get into there, just ask anybody if there's anything else that should we stop by, perhaps the jailhouse or the mayor's, to see if we can perhaps recruit an extra hand for assistance. And did somebody say they needed to stop by the inn?
Yeah, I have a writ for a performance there, so that's where I'll be tonight.
Well, I'll hold on to the ring and I will return it to you for the morning.
Thank you.
And
Now we'll set off.
Autumn, what are you going to do? Are you going to rest in the hat, outside the hat? What's your plans?
I'm gonna rest outside the hat and watch to make sure no one is gonna come around.
Okay. So you're going to stand watch? Okay. And so let's deal with that. We'll do the hat last. Let's start with Dan. Let's get you and Zakusu set up in the inn first, and then we'll move to Leo and the rest of the group going to the mayor's and the jail, and then we'll deal with the hat after that. So, Zakusu, you
Yes.
head to the inn.
Yeah, and I talked to him previously about performing.
And he says, "Oh, welcome back."
Yeah, so I got the writ as needed by the mayor. So as we discussed, I'd love to set up a performance and pay for a room that way, maybe a
He-
meal.
Looks the writ over and says, "Everything looks in order. I'd love to have you."
I'm not sure how in this area you go about informing some of the local farms and stuff that are further out, but my plan is to be here at least for a little bit. So if you want to get the word out, I'm sure that through the strife that this town has seen the last couple of weeks, it might be beneficial to have something else to bide their time.
He says, well, I'll show you how we get the word out here in just a second, but what exactly will you be doing? Are you going to be doing singing, dancing?
I play this, and he'll pull out his charm. It's like a flute, a Middle Eastern flute, and do a little bit of magic, and I can read fortunes and tell fortunes. So really, it's a multitude of services I offer.
So fortune telling, flute playing, and what was the other one?
Snake dancing. What did you call it? Snake dancing.
And snake dancing. All right. Fairmere, come here. And he yells to the back, and out comes a boy that looks like he's been crawling around on the inside of the oven. He is like covered in soot, and there's not a clean spot on him that you can see. And he says, run about the town, tell the people we're having a show tonight. There's going to be snake dancing and fortune telling and flute playing. And he said, he just nods and runs out the door. He said, we'll have you a crowd. It's not that big a town.
Sounds great.
And Leo,
And then,
oh, go ahead.
And then Zach will start setting up,
Yep.
like in a corner.
Perfect. Actually, he'll see you setting up in the corner, and he'll actually come and ask, do you need a table?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Well, then he sets up a table. He moves one of the tables. He moves one of the long tables, one of the family-sized tables, in front of the hearth of the fire. A little warm on your backside, but makes you look cool in the light. And it looks very regal, and it's got more than enough stuff for you to put down your cards and your instruments and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and Zach will set down like a leather patchwork sack that's about this big. He'll drop a handful of coppers in there and a couple of silvers, so it's obvious what it's for. And then he'll finish prepping.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then leads us to Leonardo and Mitholas and Autumn and Itali. So you
Yes,
start-
we're on our way to the mayor's office, right?
That is correct. And by the time you get there, I'm going to say it's about 4:30, you see a closed sign on the door to the mayor's office.
Banker's
What a
hours.
what a lazy bum. 4:30. There's citizens that need help here, and he's just sleeping it off. Man, what do people pay taxes for here? Let's go find his house.
That-
I'm not that interested in the mayor's house or bothering him at home.
I should note that you do see that there are lights on upstairs. This is the mayor's home.
Let's throw a rock.
I was going to ask how loud you're being, but I guess you don't need to know that information.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the attention of the window by yelling towards it, like, hey, hey.
As he does this, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and just start with a song playing towards the window.
A song?
Yeah, Minor Illusion works for song, right?
Yeah, sure.
And I'll pretend like I'm holding a boombox.
Okay, that's what I got from that. I was just checking I was reading it properly.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't
yes.
cast both at the same time, so I
Yes.
gotta pick whether it's gonna be the song or the boombox.
Got it. After a few moments, you see like some
Hello,
shadows
is it
flickering,
me you're looking for?
and
Nice.
you see a man very fancily dressed in a noble's overcoat and it's still. He's definitely not in any loungewear. He's still dressed for the day, and he opens the window and says, "Can I help you? Why are you playing a song at me?"
Get
I'm
your
going to just
attention.
drop the song and turn and start walking away. Leave it.
Oh, okay. Hello? Was it
Wait,
me
are
you
you
were
really
looking
walking?
for?
Come on.
He looks
Come on,
down at
Lou.
you, Itali.
You needed. Why are you walking away? You wanted to see him, right? He's here.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't notice you there. I wanted to come see you. I don't know if you're familiar with the plight of the shopkeep and what she's dealt with in terms of the disappearance of her family. Should we be talking this way, or could you perhaps entertain us for a moment? We've got some news that may be pertinent to the town.
Why, yes, of course. I'll be down in just a moment. Sorry, we close up at 4:30 because nothing ever happens around here. And then you hear him kind of disappear inside, and you see the lights kind of come on down below, and he opens up the door and invites you all in, and he invites you too, Autumn. He's like, "Are you coming in?"
I'll come in.
Okay. Luckily, there are high ceilings in here, so you're good. You do have to bend to go through the door, but you're able to get in. He says, "What's this all about?" No?
We've been to the Citadel on behalf of the town, looking for the children.
Yes.
Yes. And there's
Were you with that snake person?
yes.
Yes.
Have you seen the boy covered in soot running about? He's telling everybody there's a show. It'll be great to go to.
Oh, very good.
Yes. So make arrangements for this evening. However, I'm coming to you seeking perhaps some assistance. The Citadel, the sunken Citadel, we've managed to infiltrate some ways, and we believe that there is a fallen adventurer, Caracas, that had come through town, and we've since confirmed that. But we have reason to believe that perhaps all hope is not lost for Sir Bradford and the shopkeep's children. What we're in need of is some form of a support, if you could spare a town guard, for example. That would be fantastic. Or even perhaps we have some news from within the Citadel. There is actually a baby dragon that may be of interest to the right party.
His
This party.
mouth drops at that. A baby dragon near here,
Yes.
near the town.
Not but a day's travel.
Oh my. That is not good. We don't have the forces to deal with a baby dragon. We don't have the forces to deal with anything, practically, except, the occasional drunk, someone who comes in for the fruit, who tries
Oh,
to...
I guess this means your hours are going to extend beyond 4:30 now, huh?
He looks at you askance for a moment and narrows his eyes and says hardly, and then decides to call the jailer. He actually puts trying to see. You would not have seen anything like this in your studies. You two definitely would not have. Itali would not have. But Zek actually would have. He quickly scribbles out a note, and he takes it and puts it in a canister, and he walks over to a wall and pulls a hole out of the wall, is the best way to explain that. Shoves the canister into the wall and then puts the hole back, and you hear a strange noise not unlike that of when people bamf out of the blue spark. It's kind of a thump sound. And Zek, you've seen this before in your travels in one of the large cities as a means of communications. But you would be completely shocked that there would be anything like that here in the middle of this town in the middle of nowhere. And he says, well, I don't know that we have any manpower, but I believe I can find out from the person who does. And within a couple minutes, the jailer shows up. And it was the female half-elf veteran that you saw who looked like she's been in quite a few scraps. She says, Mayor, what can I do for you? What do you want? It's past your normal business hours. I'm surprised to hear from you. And the mayor says, these adventurers say that in the Citadel there is a baby dragon. I mean, we can't send people into the Citadel after every adventurer, whether it be from this town or not, that delves into the depths of it. But a baby dragon is a serious issue. It could cause a huge amount of damage.
Point of order, I haven't seen this baby dragon, but I have it on good authority. It does exist.
And what is it exactly that you're seeking? The mayor asks.
Support, assistance, financial or physical.
Or both.
Or both.
She looks at the mayor and she throws her hands up and says, I don't have anyone. Yeah, I've been asking you to get more people and barely keep this area in check with the few people I have. So no, I don't have anyone that I can spare unless you've got another idea. And the mayor looks at her and looks at you and says, let me think on it for the evening. And before you set out in the morning, come back here and I will see what I have figured out by then.
Surely. We will see you for the morning.
And with that, she leaves and...
Follow her out.
Okay. And as you are leaving, the mayor says, you are quite large. It's amazing, really.
Thank you.
I'm going to peek my head back around the corner. Yeah, she does that.
I thought the mayor was talking to Leonardo. I was confused.
He then closes up and turns the lights back off for the evening. And you guys are left to your devices.
For the entire time that I can still cast it within 60 feet, I'm just going to put it like right up by the window, the same song playing, just really subtly though.
Got it. It wafts on the evening air. Okay. So from there, what is the group besides Zek's intention at this point?
I'm definitely going to
Well,
watch
is
Zek's
that-
show.
Yeah, we should really watch the show to be supportive and whatnot.
Okay.
Like, should we do we have silver to throw at him? Are we supposed to throw money at him? Like, what kind of show does he put on? Does anybody know?
I'm just imagining now Itali pelting him with silver
With
pieces.
silver.
He's like, that's not how fortunes work. Ow, stop. Sorry. Yes. So you're able to find seats, but even by the time you guys get back, Zach, after you started setting up and that boy hadn't been gone for more than probably 25 minutes, it's like the entirety of the town comes in.
Oh, wow.
There's probably close to about maybe 80, 90 people. And the innkeeper is quite pleased. There are lots of drinks being ordered. And eventually even the mayor.
Which was the plan.
Yep. And even the mayor eventually wanders in. And there's kind of a Norm S. cheer, Mayor. And the mayor waves to everyone and goes and gets a seat. And Autumn, are you going in this time?
There's too many people. I'm going to stand outside.
Okay.
I'm going to keep an eye out and see if I see Philosia come back. The guard.
The guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I see her come to the show or not.
No, not yet. And, okay. Yep. So why don't you go through what you're doing for this evening? Let's have you do performance rolls for each of your 3 main feats.
Okay. So he will start by warming up the crowd. He'll say, "This is a tune that we once played in the circus where I started, and it was a fun and kind of jaunty tune meant to lift spirits, and hopefully it'll help lift yours." And he'll start with a fairly quick flute tune. It's fairly rapid pace, but not like super fast. Just it slowly has a tempo that builds, and then we'll start there.
Okay.
15 plus 3 for 18.
The crowd is immediately into it. There's clapping and stomping, and as the rhythm gets faster and faster, yeah, they're actually able to keep tempo, which is not something that normally happens when you do this. But as you start climbing, then it gets a little more raucous. There's some hooping and hollering and cheering, and it's almost like thunder from the amount of stomping to the beat. But it's more regular than thunder, obviously. But so far, so good.
He'll switch to a slightly different tempo and take a pause and say, "This is actually a song I wrote about the Fisher King, a fisherman of great renown 100 years ago that fished where he shouldn't have fished." And he'll play. This song will go from the really rapid pace to a much slower, kind of mournful song. The neat thing about this instrument is it also carries the sound over the crowd and can even be heard outside.
Okay.
For a 6.
Now, before I tell you whether that is successful or not, I will remind you that you do have a card in front of you.
Oh, I'll use the card.
So you'll have to flip it, and I'm not sure it will actually tell me what it is. We'll use the honor system here, or maybe I can flip it. Hold on.
It's a 2.
Okay. So you do all right
There,
with
you
this
should
one.
see it now.
Yeah, that works.
I
I
can't
can see it here anyway.
That's weird. I still can't see it. Oh yeah, now I can. Yeah, I see it. Perfect. So yeah, you kind of probably misread the room. Like they weren't quite ready for that drop yet. They were ready to keep charging ahead. But
towards the end of the song, he'll start with his dance, where because of the way he's been doing it, he's got a snake body. He actually can. He's about 6 feet normally.
Right.
but he can push himself up to about 9 or 10 feet with his whole body kind of rising, and he's going for the oddity look. So it's kind of beautiful, but also freakish, and he knows that, so he's trying to kind of lead into that.
Okay. And what are you following this with?
So that was a 20.
Okay.
And after the music kind of dies down, because noticing that the slower music wasn't doing anything, he'll kind of go back to a faster tune. After he's done dancing, he'll stop and take a break, maybe get something small to drink, and work the room, essentially.
Italy,
And
is that when you start pelting him with silver?
as he's working the room, he's trying to spot not a believer, but somebody that he thinks would take to the fortune telling more easily.
Oh, it's totally the mayor.
Yeah. Okay. and so as looping the room, he'll end up back in front of the mayor and say, "Oh, wise and honorable mayor, I don't suppose you'd like your fortune told?" And he'll look over his shoulder and say, "To see all of the fame and fortune, of course," to the rest of the group.
Why, I absolutely would love to have my fortune told. How quaint.
So Zek will fan out his cards, and then he'll shuffle them lightly, like sweeping his hair back. And then he'll place 7 cards out on the table. And he'll flip the first card, which is the moon.
And what does that mean?
Well, for you specifically, it means that you're a person of power who always dreams up to the sky. You've got potential above you that you'll always see. The interesting part is the moon is twinned with the sun, and he'll flip the second card, and it's the sun, and he'll say, "So there are good things that you have done that are reflected in what you will do, much as the moon reflects the light from the sun." And then Zeph will flip the third card, which is death upside down. And he'll say, "Oh, well, death, normally not a great card to see when you're doing a fortune telling. Perhaps it would be somebody something that has touched your life in the past, but this is death reversed. And as such, means that you will have a nice long life. And by the end of it, you will make friends with death. It won't come as a surprise to you. You will expect it." And he'll continue to go along. Essentially, even if a bad card comes up, he'll spin it to being a good explanation to kind of fluff up the mayor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And because he wants the mayor to be very happy with his reading so that the other people will also want to do the fortune telling. And continue to do that, occasionally breaking with song or stories.
Make a persuasion roll for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a silver at him while he's doing that.
I
Good
say
job.
ow, but I still picked it up and put it in my pocket. 14.
The mayor, after the end of his reading, says, "How very interesting. I'd like to find out more. What do I owe you for this?"
Well, as we are going back out tomorrow to the Citadel to try to find those sad children that are wayward, we could use anything that anyone is willing to give.
And the mayor pulls out of his pocket the 1 gold that you paid for the performance writ and puts it in your bag.
Oh, that is so generous. Thank
And-
you so much.
And he stands and he waves to all of those gathered in the tavern. And then he goes back to his seat.
Okay.
So, remind me here, you rolled what was the first one? Is a 16, I think?
It
Or
was
an
a
18?
It was an 18,
18.
and then
Six.
6 plus 2, so 8,
8, and then a 20.
and then a 20. And then the persuasion was a 14, I think.
Yeah, persuasion is a 14. So you got that. Okay, I'm going to whisper something to you momentarily.
Okay.
So that's how it goes, and you do several readings throughout the evening, and song and dance, and everyone has a good time. And by the time the night is done, when you hit the slow, low, somber song, you hear the sniffles of quite a few townsfolks. They are ready for it at that point, and they've been on the journey with you the whole evening. And eventually, it comes time for the innkeeper to close for the night. And there are grumbles and everything, but they are happy with the show, what they got, and everyone proceeds to start leaving.
Was
And
I the
he-
only one that threw silver at him?
Yeah,
From the
Ah,
group so
shit.
far, yeah.
from the group.
Phew.
Well,
other people did.
No one else threw silver. Everyone else just put it in the bag for collecting it, but you actually pelted him, and I appreciate that. But yes, you are the only one that threw silver at him. That is correct.
Just trying to show support. That's just trying to show support.
I keep forgetting your name's not Dan in the
It
game.
is not.
No.
Dan is part of it.
Did you receive that whisper?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's after all the calculation. Most of that was silver, but I just converted it for you.
Okay.
And the innkeeper says to you once everyone is starting to filter out, you can come back whenever you like, even with short notice.
So you had a good haul then?
Better than I've seen in months.
Good to hear it.
And I have a copy of the writ from the mayor, so you don't have to worry about getting another one of those.
Okay, so just so I know, this is out of character.
Yeah.
He and I had discussed me staying there.
Yep.
Okay,
And
just want to
food
make sure.
and
Okay,
drinks. So he got you drinks throughout the evening as you requested them,
sweet.
and made sure you ate something. And he asks if you want something to eat now that the performance is done further.
I might grab something on my way back. I'm gonna take a stroll and get some air. Thank you so much. I'm glad that it worked out. Sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, it's a small town. We take whatever entertainment we can get. And if you're leaving, then so is everyone else, and he'll close up the inn. But you have the ability to get back in, so it's
Okay.
not like you're locked out or anything like that.
And Zek will turn around and pelt Italy with a silver. I appreciate the thought, but that hurt.
I'm gonna pretend it's because I have nice legs.
And Autumn, you saw all these people filing out. Did you stay? Did you leave? Did you move somewhere else? Or what were you doing as all the people started coming out?
I just stood there and watched.
Okay. There were quite a few non-sober, surprised gasps at the people that did notice you. Not everyone did, but the ones that did notice were a little surprised. Most people just thought you were a tree, but there were a few that actually made the connection and looked up and found your eyes, and then there were a couple that were like, huh, and then just turned and walked the other direction. But eventually your friends filter out of the inn, as does Zakusu. And yeah.
I'm surprised a drunk person didn't try to pee on her.
I'm not. They're from this town. They're not like, oh, hey, a tree spawned up out of nowhere. I really have to use the bathroom.
If you're drunk, I imagine you're not really thinking about, wow, where did this tree come from?
They have outhouses out back for that type of thing. So people
Maybe there's a lot.
People are pretty programmed.
Haven't been drunk in public in a while.
So what's the plan from here?
I say we get some rest and head back in towards our citadel tomorrow.
Yep. Get into the magic hat.
So you move out of town. What side of town are you going to go towards? Are you going to head down the old road? Are you going to head down the southern area? Are you going to head east of the healer or northwest back up the new road?
I was thinking kind of like going down the old road between that little lake and the trees would be a good spot.
Okay. I'll make sure that everybody can see that. There we go. So that's actually not a lake. I know it looks like a lake. It's more of a big pond, and then beyond it is just dead. So that's the Ashen Plain, and that's the big feature around here. It's a dead, lifeless zone that starts right here, and it goes about half the trip, and it kind of keeps coming back and going away as you go towards the Citadel.
Okay. Yeah, between the pond and the trees then.
So like right in here.
Yep, right there.
Okay. And
I'll pull the hat off my head and hold it out in front of me and just hospitality, and then drop it and watch it start to.
it starts to grow, and it takes about 10 minutes, but eventually you have a roughly 9-foot tall hat house with a door, and it looks warm and inviting.
Nice. Time to rest up.
Open the door and start ushering people in. As we get in to get the rest in, I'll sit down in the corner and begin ritual casting on the ring that Zach gave me earlier.
Okay. And are you sure you're going to stay outside the hat? Okay. Are you standing directly in front of the door? Are you off a little ways?
To the side.
You got to talk into the mic, though.
Off to the side.
Off to the side? Okay. How far away from the hat are you going to be?
Very close to the hat, but just off to the side.
Okay. So just like right next to it, but off to the side. Okay. Perfect. Are you going to be towards the town or away from the town? Which side of the hat are you going to be on?
The left-hand side. The left-hand side.
So away from the town. Okay. Very good. So you set up for the night, and notes about the hat, the inside of the hat house. You can fit everyone in the party in here, and I'm not talking about just those that are here now. Looks like you've got about 9 feet of clearance. That being said, with everyone stretching out to sleep, it will be a little bit cramped when everyone is in here, because there are 3 people currently not in here tonight, including Autumn, so 4 people, and she's one of the bigger ones. It's pretty spacious. but you could imagine that it will be a little cramped from time to time, depending on how many people are in here at any one given point. And the maximum number is 8, so there is that as well.
Okay.
Now, do I intuitively understand the magic behind this hat so that I can also assign those to pass through? This is
That is
for
correct.
enemy, right? Okay.
That is correct. In fact, anyone who uses the hat understands it. So even when Itali had it on his head, he got the gist of it.
Got it.
Yeah. After a short period of time, you realize that there is nothing magical about that ring at all. It is just a gold ring.
Do I pick anything up off of Itali or who else is in here with me? Mitholas?
Yeah, Mitholas, Zach.
me.
Oh, Zach is
Zach's
not in
in.
there.
I know, it's
Zach's,
just-
Zach's gonna sit outside with the dryad,
Got it.
just sitting quietly.
So Itali and Mitholas are the only ones in there, and I believe the answer is no.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, JR and Sean, neither of you have any magic items, correct?
Not I, no.
Okay, yeah, so no, nothing.
Let's see. I don't think I do. I mean,
Unless I don't think
Unless
you
you
do.
Somebody
count
might have
the-
like the potion of fire resistance or a healing potion or something. I'm not looking for that.
Right.
I was looking for something unique
And I
about the character.
think Vestel has the potion of fire resistance at the moment. So
I mean, unless you count the rapier, because sometimes when you stab people with it, they just die.
that is
Magic.
not magic. No.
Then yeah.
Quite the opposite, but yes.
No magic.
Okay. So yeah, that's what you garner off of it. Actions before bed.
Gonna feed my mouse in secret.
Roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All
Sorry.
right.
That's going to be. Oh, my brain just completely stopped working.
Animal handling.
No. Wow. Why is this not able to come to my brain?
Deception.
Yeah, deception. Thank you.
Deception.
And that was a. Yep. No. Nobody seems to notice you feeding a mouse.
Cool. Got to keep that a secret from the snake and bird.
Yeah, because it's one of those plague rats we just try to save everyone from.
I think this one's smaller.
Yeah, it's a baby.
Is that a rat in your pocket?
Not that you see.
Familiars don't sleep because they're fey, right?
So, yes, is the short answer.
I'm gonna leave Tika on top of the hat, like perched on the very tip of it,
Right.
just to make it seem like a weird, ominous thing on top.
Okay. Yep. And despite your instructions, you do find that occasionally when you check in on him by looking through his eyes, he's in her branches. And then back on the house. The raven keeps landing on your branches from time to time.
Tika comes to visit.
Okay.
And Zach, you're outside with Autumn. Any actions?
No.
Okay. Are you staying there all night?
No.
Okay.
I'll stay until it gets chilly or the quiet is too much, and then I'll go back and go to sleep.
Anyone else have any actions before?
Gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I'm just studying and resting. I've had a long 2 days.
Very good. And sleep does find you. And dreams find you. And Mitholas, you have fitful sleep. You see rats consuming people. You see scythes swinging out of doorways cleaving people in half. You see dragons breathing fire against charred walls. And you see goblins and kobolds fighting each other in cramped hallways.
When I come out of my trance, I'm going to write all this stuff down so I don't forget it.
And eventually it fades and you clear your mind. But that probably takes up a good 3 hours of your guesstimation.
My trance.
Yeah, about three out of your 4 hours of your trance. For everyone else, sleep comes, dreams come, but nothing out of the ordinary, except for you, Zakusu.
Okay. Zakusu dies.
When you wake up, you don't remember what you were dreaming about, but you have this lingering sensation that both something's wrong and you need to hurry.
Mitholas or Sakusu?
Zakusu.
So, Zakusu will wake in cold sweats, which is very, very rare because he doesn't usually sweat at all, being mostly reptile. And will be out and at the hat before the day breaks. Like, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go.
I too am waking and ready to go.
And Autumn, you are. Make me 2 perception checks, please. Which is D20 plus your perception.
3.
Okay. And the second one?
Yeah. Kagan, Oreo, a 12.
Okay. Is that with your perception modifier from your sheet?
It's in the wisdom column.
Do you see the wisdom? It's going to be one of the blue lines. If you look loose, showing you where it's at on the sheet.
Out there.
Okay.
And then underneath it, you'll see your modifier
4
for
to 18.
perception.
What does it say next to perception?
Your wisdom says +4 and 18? Is that what
Yeah,
it says?
she's got an 18 with a +4.
Perception's a 4.
4? Okay, great. So that would be a 7 and a... What did you say the second one was?
A 10.
So 14? Okay. You keep watch throughout the evening, and you are fairly sure that there's no one that approaches the entire evening. The sun crests over the horizon, and you feel the warmth of the sun on your branches, and it feels like it's going to be a good day. And not long after that, Zakusu shows up, and Mitholas scrambles out of the hat.
Give Zakusu a look. Looks like you had a rough night.
Looks like you had the same.
I did have some disturbing visions.
We need to get out there and get this taken care of.
I agree. Do we start cooking breakfast? Everybody ready to go? Or are we just going to bounce? Is everybody still asleep, or are we trying to wake them up?
I believe Leo and Italy are still asleep, fast asleep.
Give them a shake and say, and get them moving. Say, you know what? Something feels off. Zakusu and I both had rough nights, and it feels like we need to get this completed quickly.
Very good.
Get
You-
what
you
completed.
lead, I'm going to try to get a hold of the mayor very quickly.
Like, get what completed?
This task.
Need to find the kids.
Okay.
The dragon. Worry about the goblins.
And as Leo heads to the mayor's house, that's where we're going to take our 20-minute break. So we'll be back in 20 minutes.
All right.
Join us back in a bit, everybody.
Super friends, we need your help. The storm's getting worse. Our exploratory diving bell in here. Cape the Mummy is here in Perry. Wong and his assistant, Mary Nelson, have vanished. All the computers indicate that whatever caused it came from somewhere in the Pacific. We'll start searching that area immediately.
Did you know that you can subscribe to the channel for free if you have Amazon Prime? It's true. All you have to do is sign into your Amazon account, and then go to gaming.amazon.com. On the left side of the screen, under your name, it will ask you to link your Twitch account. Once that's done, just head over to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/gamersledge. You'll have an option to subscribe using your Twitch Prime. It costs you nothing, but helps support the channel. There is one catch: it runs out in 30 days, so make sure you come back and click the subscribe button again next month if you want to continue supporting great shows like this one. Thanks for helping. Be excellent to each other. And game on.
There's new items in the merch store. Head to bit.ly/gamersledge-merch. That's all one word, Gamers, Ledge, Merch, to check out the newest, latest and greatest gifts like mugs, t-shirts, mouse pads, stickers and more. Show some love for the show creators. They get a cut from each item sold, whether it is a Notice Me Senpai DM t-shirt, or a mug that helps you clarify when a point needs to be made in conversation. There's still a few minutes left in the break. You've got time? We will be here when you get back. Visit bit.ly/gamersledge-merch. Be excellent to each other and merch. I mean, game on.
Welcome back, everyone. Where we left off, our heroes were just finishing up their rest for the evening, and some were headed to the mayor's office while everyone else ate breakfast and packed up for the day. Let's rejoin all of our players. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, that's the wrong one because everybody's still there. There we go. So, Leo, when you get to the mayor's office, he sees you and he ushers you in very quickly, closes the door behind you, and he pulls out a worn leather satchel. Looks like it's got to be at least 30 years old. And he says, "We don't have much in this town in the way of support. However, your news about this baby dragon made me rethink some priorities. And so although the town is not able to officially help, I am going to give you something from my collection." And he pulls out a clear potion in a very ornate glass container. And he says, "I'm not one of magic, but I've been told that this is a very powerful magic potion. You should probably investigate it for yourself to see what it does. But it's all I have to offer."
Thank you.
I wish there was something more that we could do, but anything you can do to potentially keep a baby dragon from being rampaging on the loose on the countryside and coming to my town is greatly appreciated.
We'll do everything in our power. And I'll take the potion from him and I'll place it in my rucksack.
Okay. And
by the way, do you have any means of transportation? Perhaps horses or something of that nature?
no, unfortunately, we don't even have a stable in the town.
I understand. Well, we'll be off as it seems as though there's pressing business to tend to.
Very good. Godspeed. Good luck.
And I'll walk back to rejoin everybody.
Okay. And anyone else have any actions in the town before you set out? Nope. All right. Then back
I think I'll just quickly stop by a store and just buy some food that I can give the mouse later on.
Okay. That will
Just random stuff.
cost you a couple coppers. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Something that'll last. Maybe some beef jerky or something like that, Something that'll last forever.
They have jerky. Yeah, you can pick up a bundle of it for a silver.
Okay, I'll get that.
Okay. Anyone else? Have anything they want to shop for? All right.
As we begin to head out, I will touch myself and cast mage armor.
Okay. Very good. Mitholas.
Mage armor.
Okay. Go ahead and what's the length of that? Mage armor?
Isn't it 8 hours?
Is it?
Yeah, I thought it was a full day. I will let you know.
Okay. Yeah, 8 hours. It is. Yep, 8 hours. So, perfect. Mitholas, go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
Then I'll wait on the mage armor.
Okay. A 6. You managed to make it through the barren section without issue. You're making good time. Not killing yourselves, but you are walking at a brisk pace. Let me have Itali make the second roll, please.
What kind of roll?
D6.
D6.
There are times as you walk down the road that you think you see something moving, but then when you kind of ready yourself and look again, there's nothing there. The rest of the march goes without any kind of interruption. You arrive somewhere around probably... You guys were walking a little faster this time on purpose, so I'd say you arrive around 2 in the afternoon. And
I feel like there's plenty of time to descend.
Yep. Okay. So then let's have everyone, first of all, what's the order for going down?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Mitholas will go next.
All right. So it's going to be... Itali and then Mitholas. And who's going after Mitholas?
I will.
Okay. Leo. And then which one of you is going last? Autumn or Zikusu?
I will go last.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Then let's have Itali make a athletics check.
Athletics. Let's see.
Itali starts to climb the rope down into darkness. Mitholas, go ahead and give me an athletics check, please. Mitholas very confidently takes the rope and starts to climb down after Itali and disappears into the darkness. Leo.
15.
Leo seems to have learned from his last several times and is much more confident about going down. Zikusu?
Ooh, 18. 17 plus 1.
Yep, perfect. And last but not least, Autumn. Athletics check.
12.
Plus whatever your athletics is on your sheet. It'll be under your strength section. So if you looked at
3.
3.
So 15.
So 15. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Everybody climbs down successfully, and you all descend into the darkness. Eventually, you end up at the top where you had made your way down previously. Everyone heads down the stairs. Is anyone checking for anything, or are we just forging ahead because this is covered ground?
I mean, Zach is going to be careful about the rats just because these rats are horrendous.
Okay.
And they've been here both times.
Go ahead and make me a perception or investigation, your choice.
Uh, 16.
You are confident that there are not any other rats up here as long as you don't disturb the areas off the main path.
Okay.
And as everyone heads further down, eventually you arrive back at the room where you started this entire process.
The room where it happened?
The room where it happened.
After running back and forth, I just want to be in the room where it happened.
Understood. There we go. So there's that for the stream. And now for this one. Lexi, you may need to zoom out on yours in order to see it because it's in the bottom right. Did you find it?
I did,
Okay.
but it's just really tiny.
And then you can zoom back in, like touch it on the map, touch the map where you see it, and then zoom back in, and it should go into that area. One second.
Sorry, it's too loud.
Mm.
Okay, so when you guys descend this set of staircases, you find Meepo there waiting for you. He says, "Oh, thank God you guys came back. I was worried you'd never come back again."
Where's the dog at?
The dog had followed you back into town.
I'm gonna say, can we just say we left him there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I was going to say the innkeeper would take care of him.
Yep.
Okay.
Meepo was told to wait here till you came back. Meepo was afraid that was going to take a long time.
Meepo, buddy, never leave you behind. Come on, let's go get that dragon. And I give him a pat on the back.
Okay. I'll take you back to area. Meepo will take you back to area where we were before.
What did you do?
Meepo says to ignore all the extra people that are not here. Actually, just noticed that.
All right. Well, let's corn tickle our way out of here then.
It's tickle corn.
Close enough.
All right, so that person is not here. That person and that person is not here. And everybody else is, so. There they go. Let's see if I can get everybody in one fell swoop here. All you guys copy and then delete. It's going to go black again here for a second while I move everybody. Meepo kind of winds through the dark corridors and eventually brings you back up to here. So on your maps, if you pull down, you should see where you guys are at. So for your reference, this was the first fountain room where you had gotten the fire potion. You're just a little bit north of that at the moment. And then just out of sheer curiosity, was anyone perhaps making a map?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's good. So hopefully you can find out where you were before from here and which way you should go.
Do we intend to move in the direction of the pit and the storage rooms? It seems to be about the only option we have to push forward.
mean, if that's the only option, then
I don't know if anybody wanted to review any other part of the dungeon, or the citadel, excuse me, but if we make our left up this hallway here, we'll be able to move in. Now, I don't know if the goblins have redoubled their defenses since we were last here, but if you'll recall, this room ahead of us was empty, and then from there was the caltrops trap with the couple of goblins sitting on the other side that we managed to ambush the last time.
Did we ever let that goblin go?
The two goblins that you tied up?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It's only been a day, though. They'd still be alive. 2 days.
2 days.
How long can goblins live without food?
And water? That's a good question.
Yeah.
That is a great question.
Let's go find out. See if he's still watching that caltrop.
Okay. So, what's the marching order here?
Well, let's let the rogue go first, as well as Meepo, since he knows where to tickle corn his way around.
Oh, Meepo reminds you. Meepo basically says, "This is goblin territory." Meepo doesn't know jack about this area.
Oh. Well, won't get.
Of course, the rogue will try to go stealthily and.
You got really quiet. I don't think you're on your headset anymore.
Did I? I actually am on the headset, which is why it may be quieter. Now?
Still pretty quiet.
now
Oh, that's worse. Now you're in the room where it happened.
Very good headset.
So we'll put the. So I believe he did agree to go first. Who's next to him or after him?
I'll go behind him.
Okay.
I set it on mute.
You set yours on mute.
Yeah, no, I was planning on going after the rogue,
Okay.
but I'll go after Atali.
Okay. And then Autumn, are you going to be at the very end?
Yeah, I'll be at the end.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that'll
a
do.
torch. All right, so I need to check one thing real quick. Okay. All right, so Mitholas, lead the way.
We just came from where the wisp is.
Yes. So you move to the west, and when you move into this room, just as a reminder of basically what this looks like, is it is a empty chamber, nondescript, crumbled flagstones and stains.
All right. Is the door open or shut?
The door is shut.
All right. We'll go ahead and check for traps and take a listen.
Okay.
Was this the door that had the bell on it? Is the bell still disabled? Or does it seem as though it's reanimated?
This was the door that had the bell on it, yes. But as far as whether you see anything or not, we'll have to see.
It's investigation for traps.
It's perception or investigation, your choice. Yeah, you're pretty sure that it is not trapped.
And can I hear anything on the other side?
You cannot.
And is it locked?
Does not appear to be locked.
Crack and peek.
Okay, when you crack peep, 3 bells on the other side start to ring from you cracking the door.
Awesome. Is there any way I can silence them?
Not from this side. They're not constantly going off. It's like a sleigh bell ring.
Like when you go into a general store and it rings the bell so people know that you're there.
Yeah, but 3 of them at once.
Mage armor,
Okay.
and I no other option but to head into the room and see how I can.
Seeing that, I'll do the same, and I'll try to quickly follow him.
Okay.
Seeing all these guys get ready, I'm gonna get my rapier
Okay.
out.
And
I see the bells.
so once you open the door to go in, what you actually notice is that there are a bunch of caltrops on the floor. Not as many as before for those that were present for that, but there are still quite a few. And did you say you were actually moving in behind the rogue?
Yeah, so I was going to move up, and if seeing the caltrops, I'd try to, if we weren't immediately entered into combat, mage hand them out.
Okay. You're not immediately entered into combat because as you step into the room and Zakusu is directly behind you, you see 2 goblins back where you had originally left them. They are not in ropes, but their eyes go wide and says, "You guys, not again." And they start ringing bells. They're like hand-ringing bells.
Okay, it's dagger time. It's,
I will, yeah.
I don't
It's
need
called
them.
dagger time, so.
What's that?
I said he called dagger time, so I'm not. He's charging in to stab.
Well,
I was gonna try
it's
to-
not his turn yet.
Oh.
So
I wasn't charging.
No charge. Okay, never mind.
So
No charge.
if I'm going to have everybody roll initiative just so that we have a turn order, not because necessarily we're in combat. So let's see. Don't forget you need to click on yourself first and then roll initiative. Perfect. Let's see. Leo. What is Leo's initiative?
2.
2. Great. And Autumn?
7.
And that includes your initiative bonus?
It's going to be your top left up here. Or sorry, top right.
Okay.
Should say init or initiative.
2.
2, so
9.
9 total. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's sort this by big numbers. Why didn't that work? Okay, Itali, you are the first one that is able to act.
Hey, so I can't really just rush in there because of all the caltrops. Let's see. I think. Let's see if I
You got
can
your
do
sleep
this.
spell?
That's what I was thinking about. I think I'm gonna go ahead and shoot for the sleep bell and the aiming at the farthest cornered goblin over here. And yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're going to have to step into the room first. Right now, so you've kind of got to make a choice here. So right now, Leo and Mitholas are in the room. The door's open. You can see them. You can see the caltrops beyond them. So if you want, actually, if you
Goblins
move
on the other
behind
side near the
Zakusu,
doors.
if you move behind Zakusu, then you can see where you're trying to cast. Otherwise, you're
Okay,
kinda-
then I'll do that. I'll move here and aim at the goblin in the farthest corner over here.
This one up here in the top right.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and let's see. I believe it is a check by them. Sleep.
Is it just me? Because I can't see the goblins.
You probably need a torch.
No, I see the room. I don't see the enemies.
Stand by. You don't see the enemies. I'm not sure why.
All right. Well,
They're in the northeasternmost corner and the one directly southwest
And
of that.
they're from top down, so they kind of look like moving X's.
Yeah, a little bit. They're not circles like you guys. There's one just north of my clicker there. Oh, son of a gun. Hold on. Come back. There we go. And then there's one right to the northeast of that one. Could you see those?
I saw your ping. There's just no other indicator that anybody's there.
Everybody else can see them, correct? Okay, just
I
making
can
sure.
see it.
Just making sure. You may need to reload, Sean. Sleep. Sleep. Do. Okay, so roll me 5d8. JR?
All right. So these are the ones I have to click on 5D since there's no thing to click on.
Correct. Or type it out, your choice.
Let's see, I think there's an option for 5. There we go.
Okay. So what you notice at this point is that the one in the top right corner, he slumps to the ground and falls asleep, but the other one continues to ring its bell.
Dang it.
And as he
All right,
sees
well,
his friend slump, he's like, ah! Rings even more aggressively at this point.
all right. Did my part.
All right. Mitholas.
Loading. Jeez, my screen is loading.
Do you want to hold your action and let someone else go while you're reloading?
Yep, go for it.
Zach.
All right. It's a half wall, right?
Yeah, it's a half wall.
I think I might want to try something that I actually haven't seen a monk do, really. I didn't think about it until right now, of course. But it's Sip of the Wind. I need to find out exactly how that works real quick. Because I think it doubles my jump distance.
That sounds correct.
And I think I can, with my monk speed,
Yeah, so you
vault over the edge.
you spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn.
Does it look like this distance would be pretty achievable with that?
10, 15, 20. Yes.
Okay, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rush, push my snake body off like a spring, spend a key point, and fly over the intervening distance.
And where are you wanting to land?
Is the one that's sideways the one that's asleep?
The one that's sideways is the one that's asleep. That is correct.
Then I'd like to land there.
Okay. In fact, you probably make this easier if I can find the. I don't have the asleep. I'm gonna have to get the asleep status. Yeah, you know what? I have stun, prone, grapple, entangled, disadvantage, advantage, and that's it.
Huh.
I didn't.
Can you give me
prepare.
access to it?
Oh, it's macros. I got to make a macro for it.
Really?
Isn't being asleep kind of a disadvantage?
Oh, you're talking about the special ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna put the small one on it.
This will be asleep for right now.
Okay. And then with my attack action, Zek's gonna fly across, and then headbutt the goblin.
The one that's ringing the bell.
Yep.
Okay.
For 13.
He actually, his eyes go even wider. Pretty sure soon they're going to pop out of his head as he sees you fly over the caltrops and land in front of him. You go to headbutt him, and he like uses the bell to bat you away and hits you. He's hitting you with the bell.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that does not connect.
No, that's good. That's fine.
And that's it for you.
And then I would like to use more of my movement to move here, so that I'm not in the way.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
And Mitholas, are you going to act now, or you want to hold till after autumn?
I'll just throw a magic missile.
Okay.
And my character sheet is almost back up.
No problem.
I guess it's just 3D. It's just 3D4, right?
Yeah. Correct. So, show spell description. Yep. So you just say who your targets are, and then you roll your damage.
Yeah, the one that's up. So 12 points.
Okay. All three of them slam into him, and he gives a little every time he gets hit, but he is still up at this point. And are you going to move or do anything further?
Can I make my way past the caltrops without injuring myself, or?
You can roll a acrobatics check.
Yeah, I got that one. I was wondering when acrobatics was going to come into this.
Yeah, you're able to maneuver your way. As I said, there's not as many as there were before, but there are still quite a few. Where are you moving to?
I will move beside Zakusu.
Okay.
If possible.
Yep.
That's where I'm going for, but I don't know how far I can get.
I do need an athletics check to jump over the wall, since you're kind of trucking it. Yep, no problem. You vault over the wall, land right behind Zakusu. And then it's Autumn's turn.
I'm going to do frostbite.
Okay. And that's 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what's he makes a saving throw, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what type of saving throw is it?
The D6.
No, it should say the target makes a Constitution saving throw or a Dex saving throw. Let's see. So do you...
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Don't forget to talk in the mic, please. Perfect. Okay, so Constitution saving throw on a failed save, it takes 1d6 cold damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes. So, Constitution saving throw. Survey says... what is your spell DC? I believe it's 14.
I don't even know where that is on the. It's gonna be on the second page.
Yeah, it's on the second page.
So it's the one that looks like this, and it's gonna be the very top left thing, like the first thing on the page. It's gonna be the spell save DC. right here, the top left of this page.
And like 10 plus your intelligence bonus.
Not
Eight.
that one. It's the other
Eight
side.
plus your relative modifier, which I think for her is wisdom plus proficiency.
It's likely 14.
I think that's what it is.
It's 14.
You found it? Okay, great. 14. So he fails. So go ahead and roll a die 6 for damage.
5.
5 damage. He freezes solid mid scream.
Okay.
He is no longer moving. He is quite frozen and dead. Anything? Do you want to move forward at all?
No, I'm going to stay there.
Okay. And then that brings us to Leo.
I will moving over Caltrops' half speed, right?
Yes, if you want to. Yep.
It would take a number of actions to pick up such Caltrops.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just start kind of carefully moving forward over the Caltrops. There's not much for me to do.
What's your speed?
30.
30, so
15.
that'll get you right. Do you want to be on the side with Mitholas or the opposite side?
The side with Mitholas.
Okay. That'll get you almost to that, basically to the wall. And then that brings us again to Italy, or any other thing that you want to do. Okay. Italy?
I'm going to go ahead and start trying to move forward.
Okay.
Let's see. So how far can I move the caltrop out there?
So it's 5 feet to get to the door, and then after that, it's going to be half speed if you're going to try and safely navigate through them. Or you can try and move at normal speed, and I'll have you make an acrobatics check to see if you're able to dance amongst the caltrops.
Well, let's see. Can I do that? That's acrobatic.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't trust that. So I'll just move slowly.
Okay, and what's your total speed?
Total speed is 30.
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
He can move 2 squares.
Yeah. You'll make it to about here, or
Where
I
the
can put
torch
you on
is.
the other side.
That's fine. Right there is fine.
Okay. And then anything else you want to do? You can take, if you're not going to attack or do any other type of spell casting, you can double your movement.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Move 2 extra squares.
So that'll put you right up next to Leo.
Oh, everybody's
Adam.
got sprint?
Well, if you're not going to attack, you can take the dash action.
Got it.
You're basically sacrificing an action to move.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Mitholas?
I need to check. Where are the other bells? Are there bells still ringing?
No. The one bell fell to the ground to sleep directly in front of Zakusu. The other one just was frozen solid mid.
Okay, so it was only 2 bells. I thought you said 3 before, so I just...
That was
wanted
on the
to make sure.
door.
Ah, okay.
And since you're not opening the door anymore, it's not ringing anymore.
Understood. I want to move over to this door, take a listen.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. You don't hear anything from that door currently.
Is it locked?
It does not seem to be locked.
Is there a way to lock it?
No.
Okay. In that case,
It does open inward, so you could try and jam it, but you'd probably have to do it from the other side.
I'm not overly worried right now. I mean, I am definitely still on my guard. Can I tie up the goblin? The
Do you have
sleeping
rope?
goblin?
Do you have rope?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, absolutely you can.
Then D tie the goblin up.
All right, you tie the goblin up. I'm going to remove that status effect because he is now tied up. And I'm going to leave us in initiative order just so that we can have order of events so everybody's not stepping on each other. Autumn, or actually Zikusu, you're after Mitholas.
After seeing this goblin, Will tied up, he'll pick up the other goblin and place him back here on this bed.
Okay.
Kind of wrap him up.
Okay.
Are these the same two goblins as before?
Yes. I mean, you think so. Pretty sure.
Is the frozen one not dead?
He's probably dead. But he is frozen. So.
Can I make a medical check?
Sure.
$17.
It looks like the inside of the whites of his eyes are frozen as well. He is most likely dead.
Okay.
His fluids are dead. Are
Yeah.
frozen.
Okay.
Which, if you remember correctly, that was probably Riar. Meaning that this other one is Guar, if it is the same two.
Yeah. I'll wrap him up with a blanket, and these caltrops have been swept, right? Collected?
They have not.
Oh, so people are just moving over slowly?
Correct.
Itali, can you carry this back there? Around the corner? So that
I can
see him?
I can definitely try. So I will go ahead and do just what he said.
While you guys can step gingerly through caltrops, I don't have that capability. I'm one big foot.
Autumn, speaking of, it is your turn. Are you going to move up slowly through the caltrops?
Yes.
What is your total movement? I believe that's on the bottom.
30.
30? Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If you're not going to do any kind of attacks or spells, do you want to just continue moving until you're out of the caltrops?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you're standing there next to Mitholas. You guys can't see all that. Stand by. Gonna put that there. Okay. And then from there, it is Leo.
I'm gonna. You said that door opens away from us?
Correct. It opens southward.
Okay. Do I have to be able to see a minor illusion? Like where I'm casting minor illusion?
That's a good question. Let me check. I want to say the answer is yes to where you're casting it, but I don't think you can move it. Minor illusion. It's within range. So that would be a no.
It just has to be within 30 feet.
Yep. So no, you do not have to see it.
I'm going to walk up to the door,
Okay.
and then I'm going to, because I'd spoken with Riar before, so I can reasonably estimate his voice, I believe.
Sure.
Can you do something as complex as a voice with minor?
I believe you can actually.
Volume can range from a whisper to a scream, someone else's voice.
Yeah, someone else's voice.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm going to move towards the door and just cast the spell maybe about 10 feet down the hallway, having
Okay.
been realizing about how big it is.
Sure.
And I'm just going to cast it in Riar's voice and just go with something along the lines of false alarm, poor idiot.
Okay. Make me a deception check.
This isn't good. It's 7.
7. Okay. Stand by. Okay. Then that brings us to Itali. You
All
said
right.
you were going to try and take the frozen corpse down around the corner?
Yep.
10, 20. Okay. So about here? Oh, you
Yep.
just yeah, you can see it. Good deal.
Yep, I can see it. I'll just leave it there,
Okay.
pop him up nice, and then start heading back.
Okay. You're not going to get very far past putting him there for
Yeah.
this round.
Thank you,
Yep,
Mitholas.
that's fine. Yep, you're welcome.
Mitholas.
So we haven't heard anything coming down the hallway or any noises.
Not yet.
Is the door open?
It is not currently open.
Okay, well then, doubt they'd set traps for a room that they're already in, but I should probably investigate for traps anyway, just to make sure.
Okay.
I have no idea if there's a trap.
It seems like there's not a trap.
Well, like I said, I didn't hear anybody or anything. Now what do we do with what is it, Riar?
Guar.
Because the way Zakusu acts, I don't think he's okay with just straight up murder.
I'm not.
And I'm not either. I don't like goblins, but I can't.
At this point, we also need something from them.
Yeah,
I think I can help take care of Riar.
Okay, I've got nothing else then. I'm just going to pay attention to the door in the hallway. Just crack it open and peek. Try to make sure if something's coming, I want to be ready for it.
Yeah, when you crack that door open, I believe you can actually see south of the door now, correct?
Yeah, if I get into that square, I can.
Yeah, so you can see that it stretches on for about 15 feet and then kind of hooks to the left.
Stealth up to the corner.
As he starts moving forward, I'm going to cast a message to him and say, there's an active shooting range around the corner. Be mindful of it. And it's where they were target practicing earlier.
You're going to try and stealth around the corner? Stealth up there? Go ahead and make a stealth.
To the corner.
Yeah, go.
I'm not going around the corner.
Okay. So one further or where you're at now?
Yeah, if I can look around, like if I just want to peek my head around, like I don't want to be here. I want to be here, but I want to look around, like peek my head around the corner and see if I see anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. When you peek your head around, you see that. Actually, I need to do that twice. Stand by. Yeah, you see two goblins over another half wall or behind a half wall, and they are actively looking directly in your direction. They have bows drawn, and they seem to be waiting.
All right. I'm gonna stealth my way back to the door and tell the party.
Okay.
Well, when we were here last, I was unable to determine any alternate route to come here unless there was some secret passage from the rotting room or something of that nature, but there's nothing. This seems like it's been utilized and designed to force us through encounters here.
Basically a man trap.
Yep. Hence the half walls inside of the citadel.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop initiative for right now until you guys decide what your next course of action is going to be. Autumn, is there anything that you want to do at the moment?
No.
Okay. For some reason, I can't move Itali out of the turn order. He won't disappear. Oh, there we go. It went fine.
You just had to believe.
Yeah. I got to do what?
Believe.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. So, what's the plan of action here, ladies and gentlemen?
Well,
Well-
have to go forward.
Yeah.
I'd say the only thing to do is,
I mean,
since
if we
they're
go
looking
forward,
for us, there's no surprise. I don't see any way I could surprise them.
yeah.
I mean, does my character see of any way to stealth past that? Is it dark enough to get in the shadows, or is it like
No,
brightly
there were
lit in
there were torches up there. It would be pretty hard.
I'm going to try
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm going to try moving up to the corner of the room.
Okay.
And pretty much where the wisp is now. And I'm going to say to everybody, look, if you guys want to go and get ready to jump them, what I can do is I think I might be able to momentarily distract them with some noise behind them. I think this is close enough.
And I can only use sleep once a day. Is that right?
It's a first level spell for you.
Yep, first level spell.
So you have 2 slots per day. So if you wanted to, you could cast sleep twice. So you could
Gotcha.
cast it again if you wanted to.
Okay. Okay, then I might do that in this case then, just to kind of get us ahead. But I think we should probably I'll probably save that for when we have like a huge group of goblins, you know? Because if these are
Well, if you
just
wanna
2 or
save it,
3.
I figure I can probably cantrip a light behind them on the wall or something, distract them for just a second, and then dash in if we want.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing with some noise behind them. I was thinking of imitating. I understand what hobgoblins sound like, maybe. All right, I've got an idea of it, so I can try to imitate a hobgoblin behind them. By the way, they've got 2 hobgoblin leaders. I don't know if you were in Blue Spark for that or not.
I was not aware, but thank you.
Yep. One's a mage. The other's bulk standard. Mean old hobgoblin.
Yeah, if you want to, the minor illusion is a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to make some noise behind them, like just count 3, I guess we can rush in. Zakusu, you ready?
Let's do this.
As to not tip it off, I'm going to cast message on Mitholas first, and just say when you're going, and I'll start it, so that we can actually coordinate it from down the hall without him yelling back to me to.
Sure. What's the order going to be here? I know Mitholas is probably in front, or is Zakusu in front, or
Depends on how brave Zakusu's feeling. And he moves faster than I do, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think Zakusu's up front.
okay.
I'm gonna draw my bow. Did I note where they were around the corner?
Yeah, there was one off to on the west wall, just past the half wall, and then there was one at the far back of the room by the northern door.
I don't want to. I'll whisper this to Zakusu where I last saw them,
Okay.
and give them the nod. You ready?
And then no, because I still need the rest of the order.
I meant to Zakusu, but
Yeah. Itali, are you after Mitholas, or Autumn, do you want to be after Mitholas?
I can go in the back.
In the back? Okay.
I guess I'll go after Mitholas.
All right, then. So we have an order, and yep. Okay, go ahead. Zakusu, since you are actually roll me a stealth if you would.
Okay. 18. 13 plus 5.
Perfect. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna have Leo cast his sound, and then you're gonna get one surprise action. They are ready, but we'll see how well this distracts them. So,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
I let Leo know that we're ready.
Okay, I'm going to try to cast in what I think is going to be the head bugbear. I can't remember his name at the moment. I've got it somewhere. In a bugbear's voice, and I'll just say, who did I blame it on earlier? Gwar, you idiot!
Okay.
And cast it on just the other side of the door.
Okay.
With an order to stand down at the end. So,
Okay.
Gwar, you idiot, stand down.
All right.
And then deception.
Yep. Give me a deception check.
15.
15. You're probably going to succeed on that. Let's see.
A lot of rolls.
Yeah. I'm not done either. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's good. Okay, perfect. That tells me what I need to know. Now I just need to. Perfect. Okay, so in that case, let's have Zakusu. You hear, Leo, you hear the shouting coming down the hall. What is your action? You're on mute, by the way.
I'm gonna move here. You said they had a held action, so probably them shooting me.
No, they didn't have held actions. Just you're getting a surprise round, but that's it.
4, 5, 6,
Or any of them that were actually
8.
So it is when you get to about here, actually, as you are coming over the wall, you notice that there are 2 other goblins there that you did not see.
Oh, so I only see one.
Yeah. That's on purpose.
Oh. Okay.
So the one above you, the one just to the north of you, actually looks like he's walking back to the back corner. He is not like aiming and firing or anything of that sort. The other 2 do not look like they are surprised to see you. But it's still your go. You made it there successfully. What are your actions?
Drop weapons or die, and then I'm gonna punch the one that's trying to step backwards.
Okay.
For a 9. And then bonus action for martial arts to punch again.
Okay.
For a 24.
So the first one, he's not facing you. So he just like turned at the wrong minute and your punch goes right past him. And then you kind of get frustrated and use your tail to whip out at him and it smacks him across the back.
For 9 points of damage.
He grunts and goes clattering over here. He is not dead, but he did take a lot of damage, and he is coughing and sputtering.
Is he prone?
Yes, he is prone.
Okay. Because he left my attack area. So I get attack for opportunity?
No. No. He
And that's
did
me.
he did comply with your order though. He dropped his weapon because you knocked it.
Are they all weapons and armor the same?
Yes.
Okay. And that's me. Thank you.
Okay. So at this point, let's have everybody roll initiative. Once more. I'm getting you. Okay, what do you got? 10? Okay. Autumn?
9.
And that's with your bonus?
Very top right of that page.
Initiative?
Oh, so 11.
11. Okay, great. Thank you. Why is it not letting me? Okay, we'll just do it like that since it's not cooperating. Sure. Who am I missing? Itali. I don't have Mitholas.
Did it?
Make sure you click on yourself before you roll initiative.
8.
There you go. 8. Got it. All right. So then, in that order, Itali, you are going first.
I'm going to go ahead and start moving toward where the snake person is. So let's see. Oh,
30 will get you there.
yep, that's perfect.
Give me 1
And
second
I,
to move
yeah,
stuff so that the stream can see. And I need to move it so that it's not under the initiative tracker. There we go. Okay. And then what are you doing once you're there?
so this guy right here, he's still up and about, the one in front of me.
Yeah, he has a bow out at the moment.
Can I like speak to him first before I do anything else?
Absolutely, you can.
I am going to just tell him in the most intimidating voice I can to just drop it.
Great. That is called an intimidation roll. So let's have you do that.
13. God damn.
Like it, you can watch it across his face. He's like, and then he's like, he doesn't drop his weapon.
Oh man,
He's
-1 to pride. Dang. All right. Well, then I am going to go ahead and I guess I'm going to go ahead and use my rapier on him. But, well,
Yeah, stab him in the face.
yeah,
That escalated quickly.
I'll try knocking
Fair
him
warning.
out.
Okay.
Like, what do I have to roll to just punch?
So here's the deal. With any weapon, I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not 100% sure this is 5e, but if you just call that you're doing non-lethal damage, I'll let you reduce them to 0 if you do enough damage to do so. So
Okay, then I will do that with the rapier then.
okay. So just make a normal attack, and that
There
will
we-
hit
And then,
9. Everybody's rolling 9s on damage. That's pretty weird. So, yeah, he is still. I mean, you clock him on the side of the head, and he's like, "Ow!" And he grabs his temple, and you can see that his pupils are dilated a bit, but he is still standing.
damn, I'm not doing that well today. All right, and I think that's all I can do, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right, then
Autumn,
that's my turn.
it is your turn.
I'm just going to move forward.
Okay, you had 30, right?
Yes.
15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to right behind Itali, or you can be in the middle of the room, or you can be on the far right side of the room. Any of those three.
In the middle.
In the middle, okay. And what you have the ability to do actions if you want.
I'm fine.
You don't want to cast any spells or do anything else? Okay. Then Leo.
I presume that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I hit the corner and see the one up front?
20, 30. Yeah. Yep, you sure can.
That's my full 30 feet, right?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. I'll take one more step out then.
This way or diagonal?
Probably just straight out like that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shout out, yeah, this doesn't look like they're surrendering. And then shoot at the nearest one that just got... no, I'll shoot at the one that got... Wait, is the one that got hit by Zach prone?
It is prone, yes.
Okay, then I can't. I'll shoot at the one that Tally just stabbed.
Okay.
Firebolt. 14 plus some 20.
That hits.
Uh, 7 points of damage.
He explodes in flames, tries to put himself out, and is not able to, and collapses in a fiery, charred, cooked kobold or goblin. Oh, you know what? And then after that, it is Goblin's turn. Why did it do that?
Is the door open to the side?
To the side.
Yeah, to the prison.
It is not.
Okay.
It is not. So, give me 1 second. I want to check on this guy. So the one at the back is going to move up. And he is going to... Why did it do that? Oh, I see. That is no... Okay, I got it. So dumb. Okay. I'll have to fix that later. All right, so the one at the back moves up towards Zek, and he attempts to stab you with a scimitar. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Okay, so you are able to move out of the way. He grunts at missing, and then he uses his ability to use a bonus action to disengage, and he moves back next to his teammate that's down.
Okay.
And then Autumn, it is your turn again.
Did I get skipped?
Is it? No, I think that you played her at 14 and then also 11.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if she's in here twice. She's not. That's weird. So why did it change that? 14. No, we're on the new round. So Italy.
Then
Zek's
why am
not
I
gone a
still back
second
in the
time.
corner?
Tally's
I
not
haven't-
gone.
I haven't
Mitholas.
gone yet.
It redid. That's strange. It redid my turn order, and I don't know why. Stand by.
And I thought I was moving with the Zakusu as we made the noise.
Except that you rolled different on the initiative order.
I think his plan
He
had
went for
been,
the stealth
now
round.
that I'm understanding, I think his
Yeah.
plan had been to move up with me in the surprise round.
Understood, except that they weren't surprised by you guys' stealth. So, except for one of them, and by the distraction. So that's why only one of you got to go as a
I'll be
stealth.
back. So,
Yep, understood.
go ahead and skip me if you need to.
Yep, no problem. All right, so Mitholas, it's your go.
Mhm. All I see is 2 in the back. Is that all there is left?
That's all that's there.
Yep.
And one is prone on the ground in the top left corner.
Well, then I'll just move as far as I can and around. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Why did it let it go? I think I grabbed the torch. Can I go to the one right beside Zakusu?
There's not one right beside Zakusu.
No, the square. Can I get
Oh.
the square?
Where were you to
Yeah.
start? Was it here?
No, it was here.
Oh, okay.
It's down here.
5, 10, 15, 20. What's your movement?
30.
25, 30? Yeah, you can get there.
There we go.
You can.
Or can you move 30 and attack?
Yeah, you can move 30.
Yeah, you
and
can move
attack.
up to your full movement and attack.
Then a short bow shot is coming.
At which one? The one that's prone on the ground or the one that's standing at the door?
Standing in
Prone.
the door.
Okay.
I'd assume that hits.
18 does hit.
7 points.
Okay. You shoot him and he goes, ah! And he's like, where did you come from? And that's it. He's still standing.
That's all I got.
Okay, the one that is prone on the ground gets up. If I can grab his handle, so to speak. Family show. So he gets up and he pulls out his scimitar and he drops it on the ground and puts his hands up.
Only one of them puts their hands up, or do they both do that?
Just his turn. It's this guy's turns. He's the one that's doing it currently.
Okay.
He's like, "Don't kill me. I just work here." What's the Kusu?
Can you click on the one? Which one dropped everything and put his hands up?
That one, the one in the top left.
Okay. And the one above me still has everything, right?
Yes, that is correct. He's got a scimitar out, and he took a swipe at you.
You should listen to your friend. And then ZT or Zek will swat him
Okay.
with a 3, and will bonus action martial arts to attack again
Okay.
with a 16.
A 16 does hit. Are you doing lethal damage or?
Oh no, non-lethal. Yep. 2, 5, 7.
You backhand him and you hear him go, "Ah!" and he faints.
Outside of the game, is there a reason we're doing non-lethal damage to these guys? Were we not trying to kill the goblins?
We're trying to get things from the goblins. The kobolds don't even have the fruit that we're looking for. And I know that many people here may not be here for that, but that's what I'm here for. I know that's what a couple people are here for. And making an enemy of them for no reason. So Zek is going to turn to this one and say, "Get in this room."
He looks at the door. He looks at you. He says, "Come on, really?"
Well, of the large group you see behind you, only half of us don't want you dead.
He says, "Can I take my stuff?"
You can take your food and water.
I don't have any of that. I just have.
I'll leave you with some.
Okay.
And what stuff were you talking about?
He points to his scimitar that's on the ground and his bow that's on the ground.
No, my foot comes down on the scimitar.
No.
And Zek will grab the fainted one and start moving him back to toss in here.
Okay. All right.
And then he'll let the rest of the group handle the other two, and he's gonna go get this guy,
Guar.
Guar, and he's gonna move Guar in there as well.
Okay, so we're stacking them up like wood in there. Perfect. Are you putting them in the manacles?
I am.
Okay.
And I'm making sure they don't have any weapons or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm taking the bells specifically.
Yes.
And I'm leaving them out here for whoever in the party wants them because I think they're important. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of water and food near each of the goblins.
Okay.
I am not good at getting information from people, but if any of you are, this might be a good chance for that.
Get information from them?
Yes, as to where the dragon might be, where the fruit might be. You said something about hobgoblin leaders. Information about traps or anything they can give us.
I'll give it a shot.
I was about to say, I'd say the bard might be.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right. So how are you going to approach this?
I'll need one of you guys with me. I know that. Just in case something goes on wrong.
Oh, like a good guard, bad guard kind of thing?
More like if something goes wrong, but you can be the bad guard or good guard if you want.
I've tried intimidating enough times. I'm not very good at it, but
Well, yeah, it won't get anywhere with that attitude. Come on.
Autumn, do you want to
So-
play?
Why don't you
Do you
take
want to play Bad Tree?
I can do that.
Okay. So Autumn joins you and
All right.
stands over the goblins who are like 3.5 feet tall. She's twice their
All right.
size.
All right, so I'm gonna look at them both, and I'm gonna tell them like, I just need 2 pieces of information, and you just give me the information I want, and I'll leave you alone. I won't even introduce you to the bird person who eats people and just poop their bones out. Like, you won't have to worry about that. Just give me the information, and you'll be good.
So just
All right.
to be clear, of these 3, there is only one that is conscious.
You tell that to the rest of your buddies when they wake up. Anyways, I just need to know, where is the dragon? 1.
You said there were 2.
Yeah, let's start with the first one. Where is the dragon?
Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay, so he looks at you. He looks at the hulking female tree. He looks back to you. He says, "We were guarding the door to it. Well, where it's holed itself up.
Just hold itself up?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not positive. We kind of
Like,
we don't really go in that area, but I think so.
like the dragon decided to go there on his own?
Well, after we liberated it from, the kobolds, it kind of killed a few of us, and then we might have possibly chased it into an area where it may have decided to not kill us if we don't go in the area.
That's a weird way of liberating stuff, but okay. So that's 1. Now 2, where do you guys get the fruit from that you sell in the town of Oakhurst?
Roll me a persuasion check. Well, I mean, it comes from below, but Dern would know more about that than I do.
Tell me what you know.
Why, I just did. It comes from below.
Below.
My job
I-
is to guard this room. This is pretty much, that room where you attacked us. That's pretty much my life right there. That room.
Why do you do this? Why, what do you get paid for all this?
Paid? No, I get to live. Dern, I mean, it used to be better when the old chief was here, but Dern makes us work.
What do you mean, old chief? What happened with the old chief?
Well, the old chief, she was supplanted by Dern.
Implanted by Dern?
Supplanted.
Supplanted?
Supplanted. That's a word.
I've never really read much into the Goblin Dictionary, so I'll believe you. That's a word.
It's a common word. I heard it from the night guy.
Night guy.
Yeah.
Supplant. Yeah.
Not even
I'm
a
not-
goblin word.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge you. If you believe it's a word, it's a word, bud.
Zach is gonna crack the door, and he'll
Okay.
say, "Yeah, the kids too. You should probably ask about the kids."
Tell me about the kids.
I I think they were taken down below about a month and a half ago.
A month and a half ago? Like, were they taken down there to be hurt or what?
So that room that you attacked us in,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much my life. I know that room.
What's your name again?
My name?
Yeah. Goblin number 34?
Room guard 3.
No, he has a name. I just got to get. I was actually looking at something else when you asked. His name is. I'm Chunka.
Chunka, there is way more to life than this room. Like,
Yeah, but I gotta work here. Dern says so.
but you don't have to do everything Dern says.
Dern leader. Dern says so. We have to do it.
What if Chunka was leader of himself?
Yeah, but Dern is stronger than Chunka.
Well,
So if Dern says go do it, then we gotta go do it.
So when you say below, where's below at?
Below is he points down, like to the floor.
Have you ever been below?
No, just this room over here, and sometimes the living quarters when I'm not working, which is almost never. But sometimes we sleep in that room too.
So did you see them go below?
No, but we guard this room, and they were here in this room with the halfling, or the short annoying guy, and we had some kobold prisoners in here, and everything was great. And then you guys came along and apparently tied up two of our best guards, and then
are they still alive?
One of them's frozen, so no.
Yeah, but we didn't know if those were the same guards or not.
Yeah, we did. One of them's actually in there with you.
If you didn't
okay.
see them go below, so how do you know that they went below?
Well, other goblins came and took them to Dern, and Dern put them below.
So did you see Dern take them below?
No, I just saw goblins come and take them from their shackles here and then take them to the area to take them below.
What's below? Like, what's there?
So, you know that room that you attacked me in?
Just don't.
He's talking in circles.
Just don't.
No, I'm talking in a straight line. Beginning, middle, end. That's it. I work here in this room all day, every day. The room is my
I think we got it's a really small world, but there's way more out there. You should have the snake person give you a fortune. Maybe he can tell you more about your future. Maybe there's way more waiting for you.
He looks at his hands that are now manacled to the wall and says, Chunka doesn't think so.
Man, Chunka is not an adventurous person. So I'm going to go ahead and step out into the room because, this is just going in circles now. And I will explain to everybody that the next room over there is where the dragon is at. And they thought they liberated it, but they just pretty much chased it down there. So I don't know if we want to continue down there by ourselves or do we want to get Meepo involved because, he's handled the dragon.
Oh, Meepo's here.
Oh, Meepo's there. Meepo. Perfect. Then he can handle the dragon. That way we don't have to worry about, getting burnt or whatever. And pretty much that goblin was really, really dumb. But pretty much
Meepo knows goblins are real dumb.
And everything, the fruits and the kids, they're pretty much below. And I don't know what below is, just that it's below. I don't know what's in there, but that's where everything is. The fruits and the kids. People that we're looking for.
Meepo says you can count on him for dealing with dragon. I have a lot of experience working with dragons.
Well, I sure hope this one doesn't eat you.
No way. Dragon love Meepo.
I'm sure it does. So yeah, we can get moving then.
So while this is going on, check the doors to see if there's any commotion. The north one and the northwest one.
Surprisingly, no. You don't hear anything beyond those doors, the west one or the north one.
Can I crack and peek the west one?
You most definitely can.
Investigate for traps prior to that.
Okay.
I'm going for it. Hold on.
You're pretty sure it is not trapped.
I'd have to say absolutely sure.
I'm checking what you can and can't see. Okay. Yep, I got it. So you are going to...
Is the door open in or out?
That door opens out from where you are.
All right, crack and peek.
Stand by one. And survey says spark needs to come up so that you guys can see stuff. There you go. So as you peek into the room, you see that the north and south walls of that chamber are stacked halfway to the ceiling with ill-made barrels, boxes, and crates. A clear path allows easy access between the west and east doors.
Nothing moving around, though?
Nope.
All right. North door. Investigate for traps. 12.
12? Yeah, you're pretty sure there's no trap on that door.
And there's no sound coming from behind it? I know, hold on one second.
Nope, no sounds.
Oh, give it a crack and peek as well.
Stand by one. Okay. So you crack and peek through. Okay, stand by. Dynamic lighting. Oh, I think that's already open to you. You can see north from there? Yeah. You can. Okay. So I'm just going to move you up here. So that's what you see. And roughly in a nutshell, basically...
The hallway with two doors?
It's a nondescript hallway leading west with a door to the north and then a door to the far west.
All right. Then I'll go back into the room, wait for the interview to end.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to start checking these crates and barrels and what kind of supplies or what's in there.
Make an investigation check. Oh, sorry. There we go.
Seeing him double back, and also like to assist him with that.
Okay, sure. Do it with advantage since Leo is helping you. So just roll another one and take whichever one's higher.
There you go. I mean,
the
you
rolled
first
3
one is
times. Yeah, so that's
19.
no. In 19. Yeah, that's fine. If you roll it normal, then just roll another normal one so that we take the higher of the two. That's fine. 17. Yeah. So you guys start pouring through these crates. All of this stuff so far is rotten and disintegrating. Nothing of value that you can find so far. But you are continuing to look.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of water, wine, and food, none of which is good quality. It's kind of a pantry of sorts. What you do find is 5 pints of oil, along with a few small barrels labeled elf pudding in Goblin.
Yeah, it's basically like rotting goblin food.
I'm gonna pick up the oil and take it with me.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you splitting amongst you two, or?
Mitholas, are you going to use for this?
I can always find some use for some oil.
I'll throw him a couple of pints of oil.
Okay. So then you've got 2 and Leo's got 3.
Yep.
Zikusu, are you doing anything while the interrogation is going on?
Nope.
Okay. And then last but not least, Autumn, anything else that you want to do at this point?
I'm good.
Okay. So then, everybody is done with the interrogation. You've got the information that you have. And with that, I think that's where we're going to call it for this evening. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will pick up with this next week. And as always, if you have would like to support us, you can do so, as always, on our Twitch page by clicking the follow button, or if you're able to, make sure you hit the subscribe button to become one of our rock stars. On YouTube, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content, which is almost every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. Last but not least, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/gamersledge, where you can get your name on every single show that we do for as little as $1 a month, just like the fine folks about to scroll over my screen right here, our Patreon and Twitch producers. So thank you to all of them. Thank you all for playing this evening, and thank you all for watching. And until next time, game on.
I need you closer than ever, ever than before. My life is wasted if I can't spend it all with you. I've lived in total darkness, now you're my only light. When you're away, I feel like a shadow in the night. Hold me, and look into my eyes. You'll be staying always by my side. I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. You stay with me. I'll never let you go. No, I'll never let you go. You stay with me until the end of time. I'll never let you go.
watching HMN.